Hey, time stopping by my channel. Much love to you and welcome. And to my returning subs, my growing extended beautiful family. Just thank you so much for love and support. Y'all have been piling up those emails, those text messages, and comments, and they're truly appreciated. So, with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light. Many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please like and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when I'm about to upload my next video. Also, if you're comfortable enough, drop me a line or two. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Even if it's about the positive feedback to the content of my video, or you're just up telling me about your empathic gift, how it impacted your life and heading you towards a positive direction. And if you feel like the videos are very uplifting to you, informative, give you good vibes that you would love to share with a loved one, family, or a friend, or even a fellow empath that are going through trying times at the moment and needing, confirmation or validation towards life path or even soul purposes, please go ahead and share. While you're at it, give your girl a thumbs up, like, and also share on your social media favorites wherever you see fit. Thank you once again for the love and support. Y'all are all appreciated. And I hope you're able to resonate with the content of my video. And the music I'm listening to in the background, y'all, it's like this, it'll get loud and then it'll get not get loud. Turn up my surround sound a little bit better. More, man. Okay. It's by Woke Nation. It's called 432 Hertz Cleansing Negative Energy at Home Space House Cleaning Music. Heal yourself in your home. And I will post that link in the description box below. And the video I'm doing today is called Twin Flame 101. When love is your muse, pain turns into power, separation to union. Never second guessing your drive of determination. It's so true. Oh Lord, this daggone bang is getting on my nerves. When you go through that, it's like number one, my dad has a song about the Muse, one and two, Black Muse. I love that song. It's about me and him, going through our different changes throughout life, and it was just like that. That part just like really stuck out to me. We have all gone through many obstacles, healing from a lot of trauma that has been placed on us, not just from this life, but, lives that, fall from in the past. So, when you're all going through these different things in life, it can really, put you on a standstill. It's just like for the last few days, I was gonna make some videos yesterday, but it was like so many things I had to do. I'm not just like cleansing out the toxic vibes in my life or the old parts in me that make, seem to want to come through during different triggers or something, but I actually allowing myself to really release those different things. I started cleaning out my house and, started getting rid of things that are not serving me in that manner anymore. It's no longer of use. And, that really reflects within your mind and your spirit as well. And when you start allowing yourself to show love not just towards other people but more towards yourself, to receive that love to come back, it'll feel peaceful. It feels so peaceful to me, and it's just like, allows me to really sit back and see how things have really truly changed for me for the better. Even though there are certain things that, have been aggravating towards me, but I understand it's all in God's plan. You have to be able to, appreciate the old and to be able to step into the new. You have to be able to heal from the bad so you can, be gifted with the present of happiness and stuff like that. You have to be able to go through all those things, because if you didn't, how would you wouldn't go hard for something that you truly need in your life. You've been into a toxic relationship, and when you allow yourself to really sit there and heal, allow yourself to really reflect, go through that grieving process, um, of what has taken place in your life, and a lot of times we're stuck in these karmic cycles and we're ready to jump ship so quick. But you have to understand, these are the situations you get to heal from so you can close that door, so it's not a repeating cycle towards the God's gift of love, of a soulmate or a twin flame or whatever you're aiming towards. Because it's like anytime I look at any of my relationships, I've really had some good relationships, even in a toxic one, has been good. but it was allowing me to see the good in, in the, just anything that was really heavy on my heart. And it's just like, you know what, I've learned to grow to love myself, not allowing myself to sacrifice my happiness or my self-love or dignity or respect. When you don't have that and you start going to look for love and happiness throughout the external, trying to fill a void instead of actually filling your void. When you're going through those things, all it will is just bring up more toxic connections on some, certain things that you really truly need to heal from. And I've talked to people, I've been close to. There's some still, still going through the same situation. But those are certain things. You can lead a horse to, the water, but you can't make them drink. You can pop that seed there, but when they're allowing themselves to really go through that, they'll learn. Some will appreciate what you have done and some won't. But you can't allow yourself to not change for those things. When you have been separated from yourself for so long, it's been hiding under toxic vibes, insecurities, hurt, pain, anger, regret, all those different things. You have to be able to release those. I was looking at, I think it was either I was looking at the post or it was something I posted on my community page. And it's just like when you're talking about releasing toxic people out of your life, you have to be able to take that toxic part of you out too, because there's a lot of things you have endured, like I've been honest about it. I'm not every, even though I've said certain people have done things, I know I did my fair share too. When I had to deal with narcissistic, experiences throughout my life, I tend to trait, carry that trait that was, passed down to my children. But I had to allow myself to see, you know, um, I wasn't a narcissist, but I had the vibes of one. So I had to allow myself to be mindful of where my thoughts went to, mindful of how I spoke, responding to things, how I look at the world, how I look at life, how I look at, energy around me. And you have to be, if you just see the world as all negative and rude and stuff like that, you don't realize you're saying that about yourself, you know, and being able to change that. Because it's like when I see everything that's taking place in my life, it was hurtful. Yes, it really was. The truth is not always pretty. And it really felt like I was stripped away of everything. I felt like I was violated in so many different ways. But I had to also allow myself, when I took day in and day out of crying, being angry, saying, really hateful stuff, when it stripped me away from all that, I can see the real me, being able to understand and love what I see. Yeah, there are certain things I want to change about myself, and I'm doing that, and allowing myself to really give myself that, be gentle with myself. Because there's a lot of times, I've even said it numerous of times, when I went through all these things, I'm a recovering addict. I haven't smoked cigarettes or smoked weed or even drank going on close to 2 years, and was like going through this depression of, grief of a father, grief of the truth, not being able to connect with my biological mom. I seek comfort in food, and I gained a lot of weight from that. So it's like, there's times I looked in the mirror and just cried, like, how did I allow myself to really get this way? Or being upset about the things that I saw. But then it was just universe constantly told me, you know, be gentle on yourself. Look how much you have endured and how much you have confronted without having to go to escape of, a recreational drug or whatever. Seek my comfort in smoking cigarettes or, rolling up a blunt. I had to allow myself to really see that sober. And I picked up a bad habit of wanting to eat, crying and eating, going through different depression and start picking up Kit Kats, all these different things. But then I had to allow myself to say, yeah, you're still beautiful on the inside. You may be pleasantly plumped in the right places, but you know what? You're going through that change. You're embracing the things you don't like about yourself that you can change. You know, it really got to me because I've been small for so long, but it was also, I had to realize that when anytime I got ready to go through that emotional time of wanting to stuff my face, I would always light up a cigarette instead of eating, because I knew what that would lead to. But it was like I felt like I had no escapes left. So it was, hightail it to the refrigerator because I was going through major depression. At times I feel those vibes still coming up, but when I'm allowing myself to reflect on that truth and say, you know what, you're going through a lot of sadness because you're not getting closure. You just want to know the truth. You want to be able to um get some kind of understanding is taking place, but you have to allow yourself to heal as well, and have faith in the universe and within yourself and believe things are changing for the better for you. And they really have. I have my sad moments, but when you're being honest with yourself about those things, because a lot of times you can put separation between you and your blessings just because of how you're seeing things. And if it's in a negative vibe or a negative trait, talking to my homegirl, like, the girl, we want to speak on something, but you can't do that, especially if it's something that, is not, um, positive. You can't be doing all that. If you're going towards a good place and you see things that's happening for you and for the better, it may be a little slow at times, but everything is happening in moderation. You have to be able to allow yourself to take in patience because the universe know I'm not patient, and that's the main reason why they got me going through it like that. But and even when I'm going through my moments where I feel sad because of the weight I gained, and my dad always tells me, baby, I'm so proud of you. You know, you're doing things that may would have been seem hard to other people, but yet you forced yourself to do that. And it's just like he said, nobody's perfect. It's not even important about what is on the outside. What's important is what remains in the inside. And that's a good feeling to know that your parent is supportive of that. So it's just like all these different changes. I fell in love with me again. Allowing myself to, allow yourself to take those changes. If you need to take a break, you go ahead and take a break. It's okay to be upset every once in a while. It's okay to be in your feelings every once in a while, but I'm not allowing myself to stay there. I have to allow myself because if I stay there too long, I've been in that road where I constantly sat in the corner and crying to myself. I've been towards that state when everything popped off. Just being able to see that part of me really broke my heart because I was sitting in the corner just rocking back and forth and just I wasn't here. I felt like my soul was gone. My soul was ripped out of me, knowing everything that taken place, and I had to find out the way I found out on the identity of my father after the passing. That was really truly heartbreaking for me. And I didn't want to live anymore. I tried, committing suicide a couple of times. God was like, no, it's not your time. I need you here. We're not ready for you up here. We need you here. And then when I'm starting to see all the changes that has taken place within the good, within the bad, you know, um, there's times that I felt like, why am I doing this? Why do I have to continue to talk to people? Are they really hearing what I gotta say? Can they relate? And it's just the outcome has truly been a blessing for me. It really has because it's like, I used to always get in trouble for being blunt, and it wasn't, because I was really mouthy on top of that too, and I wasn't caring about other people's feelings. My actions wasn't caring about other people's feelings. And then throughout this path, it made me appreciate everything, even when it was like people attacking me, people, saying I'm this, saying I'm that. I appreciated that but then I always have more and people appreciating what I'm doing, how I've been able to help them to know that somebody actually relates to the things that they have gone through. Being able to speak boldly in your truth and not worrying about what other people opinions are about how you're living your life, about your experiences, because it comes down to it. You're the only one that has to deal with that, regardless on what opinions that comes towards your way. And then when you're allowing yourself to love like that, you're loving hard. You're loving hard. It's like a lot of times you have to use that same energy that where you go chase love. You have to be able to chase it in here. Find it in here. You have to love yourself extremely hard first. And when you're doing that, you're not going to allow anything that's toxic, heavy, untrue. You're not going to allow that in your bubble. You have better things to do. At times, you get angry because you feel like people are getting over or you don't like being disrespected. A lot of times, it came to me to where I would quick to put somebody in their place, and there are certain times you have to really, really, really push me, because if you've been with me for a while, I might say something and then leave it at that. Just recently, I had to call somebody out by their name, just because the fact is I don't want any of my family going over to this guy's channel. And I usually don't do that. I support anybody's channel, whatever you're doing. I'm happy for you. But when you're starting to steal people's ideas and trying to cast them off as your own, no. Mm-mm. I'm not gonna sit up here and be quiet about that. But any other things, if I see it, as in now, I just observe and I'm not absorbing, but just keep on doing me. I'm like, they ain't got nothing to do with me, and I'm gonna just go ahead and leave that alone and go on and just go ahead and keep bettering myself and think about happy thoughts. But I love all the changes that has taken place. When I was just throwing out all this stuff yesterday, and I mean I'm still doing stuff that I had to do because I didn't think I was going to do videos today. It's like the devil stays busy. This freaking hair of mine. My apologies, y'all. But going through all these different things, it's like the devil wants to stay busy with me. I ain't giving you nothing to play with, so I'm just done. Because it's like for the last like 2 weeks, I've been uploading videos, and people that I talk to on a regular basis, I'm like, hey, if y'all got any notifications, because it's like it seems like throughout the day before all this happened, I used to get tons and tons and tons of comments, and now it's starting to come so much later in the afternoon, and it's just like people that I talk to on the regular, like, Roslynn, I didn't even know you uploaded today. So now I'm gonna start having to do it through my community page. I said, okay, I'm gonna start sharing this. I said, I'm not gonna deal with this with y'all. It just seems like when the truth needs to come out for people to really need it, oh, the devil try to intercept on that real quick. They try to prolong different things. But I said, I'm not even gonna allow that to stop me. That's like a small thing to a giant. I don't have time. If it's meant for that person to be able to hear that message, they'll hear it. But it's just like everything is going to go about change, having to be able to allow myself to know I can't get frustrated with things that don't have any in my control. So allow myself to just breathe through that process and keep it moving. So it's just like when you're going through all these different things, you're letting your love grow, not just for others, but just for yourself as well. Even though those times may be hard, stay driven, stay determined, because it's like a lot of times you don't realize when you want, it's just like when you ask God for something, and it's like his reply is like, okay, it's answered. But the question is, how bad do you want it? And when you're going for a gift, number one, it's already written, you're going to get anyway. But it's just the fact is God wants to make being able to make sure you're appreciating everything else that he's bringing in your path on your path before you get those big blessings. Because if he sees that you're showing that attitude of gratitude about every little thing that he's given you, even though it may be something you weren't expecting or something that you didn't even ask for, and a lot of times he brings that for you just because of the kindness that you're doing. You're not allowing yourself to give up, even though when things aren't going too right for you. He sends so much love towards your way, and it's just like the last few days it's been very emotional for me, just releasing a lot. So it's just like there will be so many different things, and I'm just like, ugh, but it's just like universe sends me so many confirmations just to be able to uplift me and say, we know you're going hard for yours, and you're helping people even on your times when you're really hurt yourself. And those, I love it when I do it, because at times I have to just not reply to other people. And it's not because I'm trying to be cold, but it's just I'm selfish when it comes to those heavy burdens that I bear. I don't like communicating with people when I'm like that, because that's not something I want to push off on somebody else. You're already going through your own crazy transitions and trying to find answers to it. And it's like I have to make sure myself is right in my mind and my heart and my spirit, before I start, projecting that towards people. That's why, people been with me long, they know I'm like that. If I'm going through a lot of heaviness that a lot of people don't understand, but somewhat can relate to that pain. But it's just like going through this whole situation and trying to get the answer that you're needing for what is taking place in your life that brought you here. It takes a lot for you to keep on pushing and seeing positivity, even though it was, it's hard to even explain that feeling I felt when I found out what I found out. So it's just like I have to allow myself to know, this situation brought me and my dad closer in spirit. Being able to talk to him all day, every day is just a blessing. He hates it when I say, Daddy, I really miss you. And then he's just like, why are you missing me? I'm right here. I'm always with you. We're one. And there's times, I try to listen to the music and, watch the concerts. And sometimes I'll be good with it. But then there's certain times I can't bear to watch it at the same time because it takes me back to that little girl, that always used to run to the TV and get zapped because I was up, and just fall straight out. Because it's like now if I see it, it's sad, but it's funny at the same time because it's just like seeing me run into, you had that wall TV, the floor TVs, those floor model ones. If you're around my age, you know what those floor model TVs are. And shoot, some families they put something over it, and then when that TV go out, they put like a blanket or something over that thing, and then put another TV on top of that. So I remember doing that when I was in the walker and hearing my dad on TV and running towards it and then be banging on the TV and getting zapped every time and just fall on out, because I couldn't get my dad, or when he got ready to walk off stage, I would just cry, you know. And she's like, my mom's like, oh God, here goes Roslynn again, because it's like when I first had that intense separation with my dad, I cried for like my mom said it was almost close to 3 months straight. I was as soon as I wake up, I'll be quiet for a minute and then I'll go right back to my tears because I felt like I was robbed. And, even the nurses, they were just like, I've never seen a child so, a baby be depressed like that, and it was something, it was something. I didn't think I should remember, but my mom already knew if I could remember that at just a few days old, she knew I was very special. So, if you allow yourself to really sit back and really see how all the changes that has taken place in your life. And I know at times it's hard to do that when you have so much chaos running around you. You're trying to find that peace of mind. You're trying to stay positive through all the midst of the storms that's taking place in your life. And I say it often, it's easy to be mad. It's easy for you to regret a lot of things that's taken place in your life. It's easy to speak through ego. It's easy to speak through insecurities or doubts or uncertainty. But your strength comes in no matter what is going on around you. Try to stay in that positive state of mind. If you need to cry a little bit, it's okay. Do that. But you have to be able to understand, even though you're enduring this for that moment, I have to always tell myself this is not going to go on forever. you know, um, Good things are coming your way because there's a lot of times I get my peace through helping others that are going through a lot of things, and there's a lot of times y'all, when y'all drop these comments, y'all, ugh, damn, y'all really make me feel appreciated. You really do. There's a lot of times y'all be sending these emails and I cry. It takes me a good minute to reply back because it really touches me and let me know that, there every time you go through things and you're putting yourself out there for other people to relate, you just really don't know how much that is a purpose. At times your trauma can be somebody else's blessing, to be able to know that certain things had to take place, not just for your understanding, but so many people you'll connect with. I'm trying not to cry, y'all. I'm sorry. But, you go through these different things and you try to understand what has taken place. Why did these things have to happen to me? Why does, happiness be so short lived in my life? Why is it people that I reach out to and go above and beyond won't even cross a puddle for me? I get that. I understand, so it's just at times when I just sit here and I cry and ask God to please calm my heart and my mind because it feels like I'll be worried about myself and my eyes just done straight change colors on me. Jesus. Um, Going through that, and it's like lately when I felt like I'm all cried out and it comes right back up again in layers, and it's not just for sadness, but it's appreciation, being grateful, even though my heart has been broken into a million pieces, you know, um, I know it's not going to always stay that way, because it's like lately I've been, really feeling my dad hard and just, try not to be angry, trying to feel like, why would somebody want to take him away, and just being as that little girl just wanted her daddy back. It gets to me at times. It really does, and I just try to stay positive through all that and just, constantly hear universe saying, not everything is what it seems. We know that that hurts. I never want anybody, not even my worst enemy, to know what that felt like, because I've been violated for years from that situation where there's a lot of times the memories will come back and it would hurt, but then it was just like when it come back, it's always my dad telling me, remember those special moments. Even though you may not understand what is taking place, remember those, cherish those moments that we had together that other people didn't know. And there's times he really wished that he would have said something so I wouldn't be in a situation. And he held that guilt for a long time, as I did the same. When he just came down to visit me, and I never got that chance to connect with him in that way. And there was many days I cried like into my heart. I felt like I was about to die because I cried that much, and I held guilt because I would have never allowed nobody to get close to him to do the things that they have done. So it allowed me to love harder, allowed me to help others love hard, because we know what it feels like to be neglected of that, being more is more storms than it has been sunshines for us at times. And when you have experienced those things, it makes you want to work hard for other people to be able to enjoy that because you know what it felt like to be in that kind of position. So it is just like you're going through these things, but understand you're gonna have blessings that's gonna bring about a lot of changes you did not even expect. Just because even though there's times you wanted to give up and just wash your hands of everything, your soul's not gonna let you. Universe is not gonna let you, but they know it's hard for you to have to go through this, but this is where your strength comes from. Just because you experience so many different things in your life that you can't understand. Even stomach defects is like, oh my God, I could never do that to anybody. Not everybody got that same heart as you. Not everybody has that same mindset as you. When people are able to inflict pain like that and have no conscience of it because it was done to them at the same time. And they felt like they were owed that, you know. And it's just a lot of times it's hard to be able to explain that. But when you became love's favorite, best fan of love, you know, you never know what your outcome can be when you're very determined, when you're unstoppable, you're indestructible, because it's like so much is bad has happened to you already. What else can be applied to your life? I mean, trust me, they can come up with something, but good days are coming for you. So I hope you were able to resonate with the content of this video. Y'all, I apologize. I get emotional sometimes. Like, ugh, dude, I get emotional. And I felt it because my eyes done set up here and changed color on me. Um, but yeah, I hope y'all were able to resonate with the content of the video. And like and subscribe, hit that notification bell, drop me a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. Share, tell somebody about the channel. Um, and what else? Yeah, drop a line. Or if you need to get in touch with me privately, you can always find me at Facebook Messenger. Just look me up under my name. Just send me a short text about what you need help with on your spiritual path or getting any understandings. And whatever we speak on is confidential, so you don't have to worry about that going anywhere. And know you're truly blessed, highly favored, and forever loved, and knowing there's always somebody out there praying for your better days. And I pray that everything that you're trying to manifest in your life comes 100,000 times more than what you expected it, and comes so much sooner than you also thought it would as well. And make sure you're sanitizing. Don't go out unless you absolutely have to. Wash your hands as most time as possible. Make sure, even through social distancing, give others, love, light, positivity, prosperity, words, vibes, frequencies. You never know. All those things can really help somebody go a long way. And I'll see you on my next video. Much love to you. Peace. Be wild.